It was meant to be a quiet victory, a moment of success so significant that even the fiercest critics couldn't overlook it. Instead, it turned into a public embarrassment. 50 Cent, who likes to call himself the king of strategic moves, found himself ridiculed by someone in prison, none other than Big Meech. Hello everyone, welcome to Celebrity Cookies. Please don't forget to subscribe and comment your thoughts about the video. I hope to see you in our next cookies. Yes, that Big Meech, the leader of the notorious Black Mafia family. He has no Instagram, no film crew, and no Hollywood budget, just a prison cell, a phone, and a legacy that still inspires both fear and loyalty on the streets. When 50 Cent, after all the feuds and bravado, finally reached out with what seemed like a desperate request for forgiveness, Meech didn't ignore him. He mocked him from behind bars with a grin. Let's take a step back, as this tale begins like many involving 50 Cent, with conflict. The rivalry between 50 Cent and Rick Ross has been ongoing for years, filled with insults, diss tracks, lawsuits, and personal drama. Recently, things escalated when 50 targeted Ross for participating in the Millennium Tour, a tour featuring Bow Wow and other nostalgia acts from the early 2000s. 50 seized the opportunity to ridicule Ross for joining what he deemed a faded lineup. He went straight for the heart, labeling Ross as irrelevant and a poor ticket seller, essentially saying he had no right to share the stage with Bow Wow. And that was just the start. Ross retaliated in his own unique style, trolling 50 for days. It wasn't just humor, it was precise and cutting. He mocked 50 for allegedly having trouble securing funding for his long-anticipated G-Unit Studios project, even suggesting that 50 was so financially strapped he was trying to attach his mother's name to a fake Hollywood star just to stay in the spotlight. The internet loved it. Memes, videos, Twitter threads, making Ross look like the clear winner in this exchange. But 50 wasn't finished. In an unexpected turn, 50 executed a major power move by securing a remarkable 45-year lease on a production facility in Shreveport, Louisiana, a deal that would impress even Jeff Bezos. The city council supported it, and the cost? An astonishing $200 a month. Just like that, the narrative changed. While Ross was busy enjoying the moment, 50 was rewriting the story. His vision for G-Unit Studios was no longer just a dream. It was becoming a reality. He shared victory clips, news articles, and showcased his success to all the skeptics. The very thing Ross had mocked, 50's supposed inability to finalize a deal, turned into his biggest win of the year. Social media exploded with excitement. Fans began to switch allegiances. Ross fell silent, too silent. But one voice remained in the background, a voice that hadn't chimed in during all this chaos. A voice that commands attention whenever it speaks. Big Meech. And that's where things get wild. Behind the scenes, there were murmurs. The tension between 50 Cent and Ross wasn't just playful banter, it ran much deeper. Meech wasn't pleased with how 50 was leveraging the BMF brand. The friction had been brewing for some time, but when 50 began using his television platform to subtly alter the BMF narrative, many felt he crossed a line. The legacy, the loyalty, the street code, it was being distorted for the sake of ratings. And Big Meech has a long memory. In a surprising turn, 50 allegedly attempted to reach out. A phone call, a message, something that hinted at regret. The same man who had mocked others in courtrooms and humiliated Ja Rule into obscurity, who had taken shots at Wendy Williams, Floyd Mayweather, and many others, was now trying to connect with Big Meech as if seeking reconciliation. Sources indicate that 50's message was straightforward. Let's resolve this. Let's have a conversation. Let's safeguard the legacy. Let's keep this out of the press. But Meech, he didn't even react. In fact, from his prison cell, he laughed. Reports from those close to Meech suggest that after receiving the message, he chuckled, shrugged, and remarked, "Now he wants to talk?" Then he moved on. No statement, no media coverage, just silence, and a smile that conveyed, "You can't buy my loyalty back, especially not with a Netflix deal." And that right there, that's power. What 50 didn't grasp was that while he was chasing headlines, the streets were observing. To them, reaching out to Big Meech after previously mocking his legacy, even if indirectly, appeared as a sign of weakness. It didn't matter that 50 had just executed a brilliant move with his studio lease. It didn't matter that he had outmaneuvered Ross. The fact that he had to seek out Meech, even privately, changed the entire narrative. Now fans are questioning, did 50 genuinely believe Meech would be amicable? This is a man who built an empire from the ground up, who has been incarcerated but never silenced. who still influences conversations from behind bars. And you think a bit of Hollywood success would make him forget? What's even more concerning? Rumor has it, Meech is telling people that 50's portrayal of BMF is starting to resemble fan fiction rather than authentic history. That it's straying from the truth. That it's more about 50's ego than the actual foundation that BMF represented. If that narrative gains traction, it could spell disaster for 50's most significant project. Let that sink in. 50 Cent, the master of turning conflicts into business opportunities, may have finally overstepped his bounds. Because some legacies don't require cameras, they simply demand respect. And when you breach that, even unintentionally, you can't just waltz back in and shake hands. Not with someone like Meech. Now the streets are abuzz. Some believe 50's next move should be a public apology. Others think he's too proud, too far gone. But the question remains, can you build an empire on someone else's name and then plead for peace when the pressure mounts? Let's be honest, if Big Meech starts mocking you from prison and people believe him, it's more than just embarrassing. It's damaging to your reputation, leaving a mark that might never fade. For now, 50 Cent's Genius Studios is pressing ahead. Cameras are getting ready, and contracts are being signed. Yet, behind every glamorous Hollywood story, there's a lurking shadow, a quiet echo of laughter from behind bars, a reminder that true players don't seek attention, they earn it. So now we wait. Will 50 address the speculation? Will Meech reveal more? Or is the damage already irreversible? In this game, once you seek forgiveness from a king you once tried to overthrow, you're not just flirting with danger, you're already in flames. What do you think? Did 50 Cent overstep by using the BMF name? Is Big Meech planning something bigger from prison? Share your thoughts below. And if you want to stay updated on the real stories that the media won't cover, don't forget to subscribe. You won't want to miss what unfolds next when legacies collide and empires crumble. Because in this narrative, forgiveness comes at a price. And Meech might just demand that the entire culture pay up. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.